Ladies and gentlemen,
let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. I am Colby Sapp, along with the guy that makes all the music and does all the things and jiggles his beard at you. It's one IndyCar Tim. What's up, man?
What is up, Whiskey Sapp?
Not much, except for I had the greatest football weekend that I could. We're getting into all of that, but I just wanted to rub it in Tim's face for a little bit. Don't mark that. Dude.
Oh, yeah, because the Cowboys won. Yeah, that was a great football Sunday. I had a good time on Sunday as well.
I had a great Saturday, too, though. My Saturday was amazing.
Oh, did you go to, like, Best Buy and Bed Bath & Beyond and do some shopping for the household?
No, I stayed at the house watching the college football on the phone while I shot people on the Call of Duty.
I don't think they started college football yet.
Yeah, it did. It did.
I haven't seen any college football yet.
You know, I mean, you did. You saw some. Just probably didn't equate to good times for you.
No, Colby, my college football Saturday was not one of any pleasure at all. Although, for all the crap I've gotten for the Aggies' loss to the Hurricanes, I will remind everyone, one of my writing gigs is for allaggies.com for that Sports Illustrated over there. Would you like to know what my prediction was in the week leading into the game?
Probably because it's your team that you like. You probably went off on a doo-doo rant on them.
Colby, my prediction was 37-21 Hurricanes. So, no, yes, while I'm disappointed in the loss, and we'll get into this in a little bit, I have some thoughts on what's happening in Aggie land for all of you Aggies out there.
And for all of you that are not Aggies out there, you can just watch some whining and crying happening.
I'm not going to be whining and crying because I'm a realist.
We'll view it as that.
Okay, well, that's fine. I might do a little whining.
Right.
But it is what it is. Yeah, we'll talk some pro NFL football coming up. We've got some college football coming up for you because football season is in full force now, Colby. And my football nipples are hard almost all of the time.
Right.
You want to see?
No, I don't.
Okay. Good.
I mean,
just checking.
We'd run off everybody that's watching, or if you're watching the replay, or if you've downloaded, you wouldn't have to suffer the 10 pepperonis.
I don't have pepperonis, sir.
I mean, I'm just saying.
They're not dinner plates either. My nipples are actually pretty cute.
You know what? Do you like stare in the mirror and just like, man, you know what? If these nipples were somewhere else, I'd love them.
So there's not a lot about my body I enjoy these days.
Right.
Okay, I like my beard. Right? I've been told I got pretty luscious lips.
Okay.
Okay, by more than one source.
All right. Okay.
And I kind of dig my nipples.
All right, you know what? You've got to look for the silver lining that's on things.
I've thought about getting one or both of them pierced.
How far have you thought about it?
Like pretty. So I've considered the whatever they call the septum. But then every time I get a runny nose, I'm like, dude, I can't, because then I'd have to take it out because I do all this when my nose is running, you know, and I get the beach towel out of my closet and just, you know.
And then you separate your septum?
Yeah, my septum would be deviated or something.
Right.
But I've also thought about the eyebrow ring, like up here.
Okay.
Thought about the actual nose ring instead of the deviated septum.
Okay.
But every now and then, I'm like, maybe the nipple ring would trump them all.
See, now this is what I think about, like, on the piercing situation. I've had at one time pierced my eyebrow with a giant safety pin waiting on a concert to start.
Why would you do that?
Because it seemed like a thing to do at the time.
I think you can get your eyebrow pierced at Walmart now.
We were waiting in line, and I'm pretty sure it was the Rob Zombie or the White Zombie concert. We're all waiting in line, and I had a couple of ice cubes out of a drink, and I put them on my eyebrow.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Numbing it. And then I was like, and at first I knew where I was going with it because I had this safety pin.
Did you bring the safety pin specifically for that?
Well, no.
Or was it holding up your drawers?
It was like my jeans were like pinned and safety pinned
Gotcha.
together and stuff. It's the whole look back then. It was the Jinkos that were all.
Oh my God, the
right,
Jinkos.
Right. They were all safety pinned together.
What year are we talking right now?
This is 92, 93.
Wow. And you were going to White Zombie concerts.
Yeah, so that was, we were going to go mess some stuff up. But yeah, no, and just, there it is, and clipped it, and there you go. And
did you just leave the safety pin in? Like that was going to be your decorative piercing was the safety pin?
Right. That thing just wouldn't stop bleeding either. I think I put that thing a little bit too far through. Just walking around thinking I was cool with blood dribbling down the side of my face.
With a safety pin in your face.
That's right. Right. Hey, at least I did it safely. I didn't do it safely. Did you
get your lighter on the safety pin first to disinfect it and
everything? Of course,
everything?
man.
I could see this in my brain. I can see you standing in line at a concert.
Right.
With a bunch of dudes around you, like you're in the middle of a circle. They're all going, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Pretty much the exact thing that happened. So, yeah, no, we did all of our own piercings back in the day. Ears, everything. We did it ourselves, and it's the reason why this ear still has, like, built up cartilage or something in it, because, yeah.
You need to go back to the earrings.
You know what? Maybe.
I think you do.
I just maybe.
Oh, and then I'll buy us some matching ones, and we can wear them on the show together.
Now I'm out. As soon as you said that, I'm out.
We can get matching dream catchers, Colby.
I'm not doing matching dream catchers with you, Tim.
And a little Mr. T feather on the other side.
You know what? The fact that you added Mr. T in it, now I'm kind of back in. But,
yes.
But we're doing it together, and no, that means we're out. Now, if I thought of it myself and decided that that's what I was going to do, then there's an actual chance that could happen. But the fact that I would look over and see you with another feather on the other side. By the way, any of this conversation, any of the words that we have just put together in a sentence, if you had that on your Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim bingo card, any one of them, then you win, and we'll send you, I don't know, a copy of today's show sheet.
We'll send you a picture of my nipple, autographed by my other nipple. So, Colby, the first 10 minutes of the show, we've discussed my nipples, self-eyebrow piercing, and dreamcatcher earrings.
And which out of those?
10 minutes. 10 minutes in.
I don't know. I never know how we've gotten here. You know, I've been asked oftentimes, Colby, I don't know what it is that you do, but you do stuff. It's been described to me like the shows that come along with me just end up like this.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, so
I sort of perpetuate it though.
Right. Well, I just keep throwing you ammo, and you just keep loading the gun and firing it back at me, and then we end up here.
It's good times, though.
I did promise you guys that I was going to talk a little bit about Ahsoka at the beginning, because the whole tirade of Tim watched it before me.
Oh, yeah, let's do Ahsoka talk. Yeah.
We can do that. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. This is a short version where we give you a little bit of Ahsoka talk, along with maybe some Aquaman 2 knowledge that I have for you guys. So Tim watched the last episode of Ahsoka without me, and I was actually waiting on him to go through that episode with me, because I was figuring that a couple of things needed to be explained. Yeah! For those of you that have seen it, and if you don't have any questions, then cool. If there's a couple of things that I noticed in the episode that you may want to have knowledge about, or hell, I don't know, you may not want to have knowledge about it. Number one, so the dude with the mask that Ahsoka kills, the whole name of what he was is lost on me.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about it.
We were talking about it. Anyway, he died, right? And it was Inquisitor. He died, and when he was killed, a bunch of green smoke came out of him. And if you saw that scene and you didn't know what that was about, or didn't care to know what that was about, cool, but here's what that was about. The force magic that the witches use in Rebels to hold people together that when they're killed, that green smoke pours out of them. So that Inquisitor was held together by force magic that the witches used. So they brought him back from the dead. So I don't know who they brought back from the dead. We may never know who it was, or he was just an Inquisitor. There you go. So that's a little insight to the reason why the green smoke came out of him, because I think it was Darth Maul's brother in Rebels when he died. A bunch of green smoke came out of him. So and that was the explanation. That was what was holding him together.
Right.
The magic dust. The other thing is, if you are into this, are you ready for the Star Wars multiverse?
Wait, what?
Because that's basically what the Between Worlds place that Ahsoka goes to. That's basically Star Wars' version of the multiverse.
Okay, I need more.
So if they use what I think they're using, it's a place where part of your force spirit goes to be. And it's so like, that's the reason why, in case you missed it, that's the reason, or if you saw it and you're wondering, that's the reason why Anakin is there at the end of the episode. Spoiler alert, I know, but we already told you.
It's been almost a week, so.
We're telling you about that last episode. And the, so they'll be able to go back there and recall people from, that may have died or whatever. This may be your other place that you actually get to see Darth Maul, even though he died in Rebels. So, by the way, if you haven't seen Rebels, yes, Darth Maul was killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi in actually a very classic episode that blew my brain away. I was like, am I still watching a cartoon? What happened? So
it's not for kids.
There's some things in it that aren't. And if you can ever actually interpret what Chomper's saying, the droid in Rebels, then a lot of times it's not. I mean, Chomper's thrown people off of bridges and done things and threatened to kill the kids before and stuff.
Wait, what's the droid's name?
Chomper.
I think I dated her.
Right. If you did, then that's probably the reason why Gerb didn't like what your...
oh, no. He didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah. It's been chomped on.
Speaking of getting things pierced.
No.
Huh.
You think? No. There's no way. There's no way I would get... Never mind. That's a deviation away from where I was going. Even though it could be also equated to what's happening with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, as they have announced that it's coming out December 20th. And if you thought the Flash movie was bad... If you thought that Black Adam wasn't good...
1984?
If you thought Wonder Woman 1984 was trash... If I'm hearing what's correct with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, get prepared.
Oh.
Because this is absolute trash from what I'm hearing.
I want this to be good.
From what I'm hearing, this is absolute trash. Now, hopefully they fixed it, but this is also the thing that I told you they sent out for test screenings.
Yeah. And
people went to these test screenings. They're free to go to. They're just asking you what you think about this movie. And midway through it, people walked out of the free test.
So do they do target audiences for these things, or are these just random stepmoms who don't know anything about Aquaman that are going to be uninterested 10 minutes in?
This is targeted screenings. This is like, hey, these are the people we're going after with this movie. What do they think about it? And the people that they were going after with this movie, what do they think about it? They left.
God dang it.
There's a teaser trailer that's supposed to be dropped for it. They're going to start doing the push because Warner Brothers needs money and they've sunk money into this film. So just get prepared. Now, this isn't the Gunverse. This isn't anything to do with it. This won't have anything to do with it. But if Aquaman was a good movie, the first one was a good movie. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, it's not going to be, I don't think
I
it's
liked Aquaman. I knew I was going to be disappointed in the second one. I loved Wonder Woman. I was highly disappointed in the second one.
Right.
And now they're both going away forever.
Well, Wonder Woman's staying.
For now, right?
Yeah, for now. Everything that we're hearing, that she will maintain being Wonder Woman. She will maintain being the person that we want her to be. The only one out of those. Now, Aquaman's moving on, but he's staying with DC.
Because he's going to be the bad guy dude, right?
He's going to be Lobo. unless that changed since, we've had the, all the strikes and all that, what's going on. But unless that's changed, that was the original plan, and that he was staying along to actually play a character that, quite frankly, he looks exactly like this character.
Really?
So, yeah, there's actually nobody else in the world that should play him over Momoa.
Huh.
So,
All right.
there you are. So, be on the lookout for that trailer. And this next Ahsoka episode, I'm going to give you one thing to look out for Ahsoka as a series.
Boobies.
No.
Damn it.
Be on the lookout for, I can't believe I'm putting these two words together,
Mark.
but they are Force Kung Fu.
I don't even need to name. I don't need to know more. I'm in.
Just be on the lookout for Force Kung Fu. And there you are. And that is your mystery shotgun report for this Monday. As, by the way, we will be keeping you up with what's happening, or actually our reactions to what's happening to the Rangers and Blue Jays, along with the Jets and Bills. So if you're watching those, feel like you're watching those along with us. Turn down your TVs and
It's not us.
and pot us up.
Are you Fujiyama?
Because who else has Samurai Cop drops? Not many other people.
When you said Kung Fu Force,
Yeah.
Are you
That's what I thought of.
Fujiyama?
what if Fujiyama had the Force?
I mean, he might have, but Samurai Cop took care of that. He no longer has
He
anything.
doesn't have anything.
No.
Greatest movie ever.
Because he didn't. Hey, because I'm smart. I have on a bulletproof vest. Drug that line out forever. That's great. Tim!
What's up, Colby?
What day is it?
So glad you asked.
I'm so glad I did too.
Because, Colby, today, a somber day, 9/11, across our nation. Of course, thoughts and prayers go out to those victims, the families of the victims from September 11th, terrorist attacks on our country. Now, 2 years ago today?
Damn.
Jeez. We all remember where we were if we were old enough to remember that stuff.
Yes.
We will never forget.
I was being an assistant daycare director at Love and Care Daycare, watching a little screen.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
that They let you watch kids.
Well, I mean, I was in charge of the people that were in charge of watching the kids.
You weren't responsible for children?
No.
Okay, good.
That was different. That was after I was their youth pastor.
All right, I feel like we need to have a segment about that.
Just naming off the jobs that I have had that you kind of look at me and go, I don't know. I have
Youth
no
pastor.
idea. Yeah, that was a thing.
All right. Well, Colby, today it's a day we discussed off air a little bit because it's a day near and dear to my heart, but you don't get it.
Nope.
Because it is National Make Your Bed Day.
I don't get it, Tim. I'm not the only times that I ever make the bed is when we're trying to make the house presentable for guests.
Okay.
And I know,
You know, you're going to invite them into your bedroom. You want to make the bed?
No. But have the bedroom door open.
Oh, I got you.
Situation, everything open. Where look how clean everything is. You can look in there. Don't go in there, but see, look.
My version was better.
Right.
Yeah, I make my bed every morning.
No.
It's like I said, it's the absolute first thing I do before I do anything. I get out of bed all naked with my bits hanging out. Open the blinds so I get a little bit of light in there.
Apologize for all these mental pictures.
Let my neighbors peep in the window.
Uh-huh.
And I make my bed before I go before I go wake the kids up for school, before I jump in the shower, before I brush my teeth.
Before you put on pants.
Before I put on
you go
pants.
wake your kids up for school. I hope that's in order.
No, I'm usually naked when I poke my head in the door and go, "Get up, mother effer."
Okay.
I don't let them see me.
Right.
It's just embarrassing at that point. But I do. I'm kind of
Yeah, but
OCD.
What about the other kid that just happens to be needing to go to the bathroom and just sees you picking your head through with your ass hanging out?
That's his fault.
Okay.
Should have known better than to be there right then. Yes, so I'm OCD about making my bed. Colby, it's also Patriot Day, of course, as we reflect on the devastating 9/11 terror attacks that took almost 3,000 lives.
Yes, and you segued too fast from Make Your Bed Day, but back there, I like to keep the crevice that I make in the bed. I like to keep
Really?
the spot that I make in the bed. It took a good 30 minutes to make that spot. And I slept in it all night. So
let's pull the personal curtains back a little bit.
all right,
So, and it's going to be different for us because you have a partner at home.
right.
Sometimes some might even call her your wife.
Yeah, I still do.
Some would.
Everybody would.
I've never seen a marriage certificate, so how do I know?
I mean, okay, I'll
I
take
don't
a
see
picture
a
of
wedding
it.
ring. I don't
when
see
I
a
get-
marriage certificate
Yeah, well, the wedding ring still just isn't resized because
from being fat.
yeah.
How often would you say on average you wash your sheets? And do you have multiple sets of sheets that you can just swap out, or do you have to wash them and then just put them right back on?
Just wash them and put them because I have sheets that are preferable to me.
Yeah.
So, and it's basic. I don't know. It's whenever she goes, man, we need to wash these. Because I never think to do that because, why? It's just been on me.
Yeah. Yeah. And since I'm single now, obviously I wash my sheets after I have a visitor.
Right.
That's just rude to not do that. But during dry spells, when there are no visitors,
Right.
I'm again kind of OCD like I am about making my bed.
So how often do you wash your sheets? Because I'm thinking that once every couple of months, maybe for us.
Colby, I wash my sheets every time I do a load of laundry of my clothes, which is about twice a week.
Huh.
And I understand that that's probably a little excessive.
Right.
It's just I like my clean sheets.
See, I'm so tired by the time I make it to I don't even care. Right?
Huh.
It's no, and you also realize that I've had the same pillowcase since I was 5.
Okay.
It's still I had 2 of them, but one of them got obliterated by a washing machine. Because the only thing that was, but I've still got the same pillowcase, and sometimes it's like, all right, yeah, go ahead and wash it. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? Most of that's holding this together is probably dead skin from me, and I'd rather you not wash it because then I think it's going to also disintegrate.
And so first thing I did when what's her name left was I went out and bought new sheets. Threw away anything we had when we were together.
Even though like you like the sheets,
No, it was gone.
really?
Out the door. Replaced, and then I waited till I had the next girl that lived there to let her go buy more sheets and comforters.
Okay.
And then tossed the old comforter out. Because I kept the comforter originally, then I tossed it out when what's her name moved in for a little while.
The comforter that I have, by the way, because I'm pretty particular about, actually most things that I lay on, I'm really particular about. And so until it actually, because it's got the stuffing coming out of it and all that stuff.
That's how you know it's good.
And then I can't, no, because it's great. It's it's the perfect if it's hot, it's still a good comforter. And if it's cold, it's still a good comforter. It's like, it's got the best of both worlds. I know, we made it to comforter talk.
We did.
We'll call it.
How gay is that? Jeez. Colby, it is National Boss/Employee Exchange Day.
So, in this day, does the employee go, I'm the boss today? They exchange positions.
And you're fired?
Right.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be
Wait,
great.
who's our boss? Do we have a boss?
Are we
Each other's boss?
I guess it'd be Gerb.
But he doesn't live here.
No, that's true.
We don't even know where he is half the time. Are we sure he exists?
I've seen him now. He might just be Max Headroom and caught in the internet.
Max Headroom.
If you get that reference, you're old.
Man, you're old like us. How about National Hot Cross Bun Day?
What the hell is that?
I don't know what a hot cross. I've heard isn't there a nursery rhyme or something about hot cross buns?
Man, or a rap single.
But I don't know what a hot cross bun is. They look like rolls with icing on them, like an X.
Oh, okay. So we're not talking about nun butts.
I don't know. Might be. Huh. Okay. You know
By the
what?
way, if you had nun butts,
Nun butts. That's sacrilege right there, sir.
nuns have butts.
Do they? How do you know? Have you seen one?
No, but they're human. They have to have butts.
Are they?
All humans. Well, I can't even say that.
See?
Some
All
people-
humans don't have butts. One of my best friends doesn't have a butt, sir, because it was removed due to cancer. Sorry, Jessica.
How does? Never mind. since you put a name with it, I'm like, okay, I can't.
Colby, it's also No News is Good News Day. Whatever the hell that means.
I don't know what jokes I can play with right now and what I can't. So
Okay, and there was since we were very short on what day today is for today, I went to tomorrow because there's some more interesting ones on here that I would like to discuss.
We're in the future.
It's now September 12th. Colby, it's National Video Games Day tomorrow.
Hell yeah!
What's your favorite video game?
Currently, right now, it's because it's the one all the fellows are playing is the Call of Duty. It's the Resurgence section of it. But that'll change here in a little bit if I can ever get them to play something else.
I think mine's still GTA 4. I like 4 better than 5. Graphics and stuff were better on 5. The storylines were better on 5. But there's things in 4 that you can't do in 5.
It is, by the way, it's been said in the group that somebody's going to start recording my rants and send them to you.
Please.
So.
Please. IndyCarTim@gmail.com.
So there you go.
How about National Ants on a Log Day? Gross.
There's nothing wrong with ants on a log, sir.
Peanut butter, celery, and raisins. There's nothing good about any of that.
The peanut butter, I mean, for a snack, that's really where all your calories are at in that thing because the celery has none. The raisins, you only put like 5 of them on there, so there's really nothing
Is that
there.
basically what they look like when you make them?
Yeah, pretty much.
If we ever do a food challenge and you want me to try something that's going to make me vomit immediately, that's it.
Well, I mean, the celery's kind of peppery, then you have the creaminess of the peanut butter, and then the different, it's all the texture things.
So do you use chunky peanut butter on it?
You can, and then that's even more textures.
All right. It's weird.
That might be texture overload with that, because you already got the crunch from the celery, unless it's like, really old celery. Then
Gross overload is what it is.
It's not.
How about National Chocolate Milkshake Day? Now, there's something I can get into.
As long as it's made with,
Chocolate?
well, the whole milk has to be lactose-free or
for
almond
you,
milk
yeah.
or whatever.
And, dude, one of my favorite chocolate milkshakes ever were the ones at Chili's, which is what that looks like there. With you got the syrup drizzled around the outside of the glass or the inside of the glass. Then you put it in, and then you put the little chocolate sprinkles on top.
You just go,
Oh, my God, dude. I'm getting horny.
chocolate shouldn't do that to you. So
I need a Dreamcatcher earring right now.
I'll go with the feather and the chains.
Colby, it's also National Report Medicare Fraud Day
So wait,
today.
So, and you said this earlier, but it's really hitting home. So like February, you see some Medicare national fraud. You should hold on to that till today to let them know. It's like, oh, I had to wait till the actual national day to report it.
I don't get it.
By
It's
the way,
insane.
it looks like Rogers forgot to pay the bills.
Give me a second to get there. Hang on. Worthy.
That's not really.
All right, Colby, that's what day it is today. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. That's going to be the show tonight.
I mean, it's really not. We have more things. We promised them to talk Cowboys, and we promised them to talk, a little bit of Longhorns and kick you in the balls.
They
with
still
the
a thing?
Aggies. And yeah, man.
All right, let's do this first.
But now it's time for me to go through all the people that were born today. Make a list out of the people that I find that are famous enough to make my list, and I offer them to you guys. And your chore during this segment is to write down, comment down, or just do like Tim and wait till I ask him about it. Who is the good person? Who is the bad person? And who is the ugly person? We're starting off with a tomorrow birthday, just to make sure and round this last list out to 10, as passed away in 2013. One Paul Walker.
The Fast and Furious guy, right?
Yes.
So I think the only thing I ever saw him in, because I never watched any of those, and I won't.
Again, as we get into this talk, and I tell you every time, you would enjoy the first one.
All right, I'm going to give the first one a look through. The only thing I ever saw Paul Walker in was an episode of Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
Don't really know him from anything else.
He's great as the, just the get along guy. Just, that.
The sidekick? Kinda?
He's such a good get along guy. He can hold main character with it.
Okay.
You're just ready to just do whatever's doing with that guy holding down the fort. He was good at that because he could play to other emotions, but it was his ramps on both sides were very small, but because of how he carried it, you were like, okay, but that small amount is carrying a lot. So
All right, good enough. I don't want to bash the guy. I mean, he's been dead 10 years. I know what he's going to do about it if I do.
So, but there you go. 70 years old today, one Tommy Shaw.
Styx.
Yes, the band that was named after a river in hell.
Yep. What's your thoughts on Styx, Colby? Your rock and roll Colbiness.
They're okay. They pretty much just
They're okay.
Make the they're okay section.
Wow.
And it's not because of anybody else in the band. It's just I'm not big on your higher pitched singers.
Oh, and they have two of those. Well, I had two of those.
Right. So that's the reason why I noticed their greatness. I'm good with it. But as soon as somebody comes out and they're like, I'm like, stop. What are you doing?
See, I'm impressed by those high-pitched voices.
Like
some of them.
I can't get down with Journey.
Oh, my God.
I can't.
We can't do music talk together.
The only guy that can get vocally up high, and I'm still he's passed. It's Chris Cornell.
Okay, see, I wouldn't even put him in the same register as them.
No, because he's a lot better than what they are.
He's not better. It's just a different voice. I don't consider him one of those high-pitched guys. Like, so you hate Boston, you hate Journey, you hate Styx.
I didn't say hate, just rather not.
They're all okay.
Yeah.
All of the bands but you hate Rush, right?
Oh yeah, no.
You can't do Geddy Lee, right? Yeah, I get that. His voice is a little
nails on a chalkboard right there.
I get that.
And I recognize that everybody else in the band is some of the greatest musicians that we've ever heard and seen in our entire lives.
Geddy's a great bass player.
I'll recognize that too. Except I'll also kick him off the stage that he's on. I won't even give him a chance to rattle the bass.
Why are you racist against Canadians?
You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe you found...
You hate Ryan Reynolds. You hate William Shatner. You hate Michael J. Fox. You hate Peter Jennings.
These are all people that I really, really, really like. So
Celine Dion.
You know what? I'm even down with Celine Dion.
Yes. Play some Celine Dion music.
So there you go. Ed Reed.
Is that Aaron Rodgers on the cart? Dude, Rodgers is hurt and on the cart!
You can't get excited about
yes! He's done for the season.
Ed Reed is 45.
Jets are going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they're not. Their chance was...
In the first quarter, the first half of the first quarter of the first game.
Dear sweet
That's a
God.
career for you. How old is Ed Reed?
Ed Reed is 45 and could still get out there and kick ass.
Dude, I'd be afraid of him.
Yeah, you damn right. Moby is 58 today.
Moby. What is a Moby?
He's a...
Is that the rapist? Not the rapist.
The what? He's... Moby...
The rapist?
Yes. No, he's...
What was he? He's like a musician, right?
Yeah, he's like a musician.
I don't know where that came from.
Oh, my God.
Unless maybe I'm like prophetic about something we don't know about.
So Moby, I'm not even going to look up news just in case anything like that's ever happened. I'm just going to go with the fact that with what my brain says, and it hasn't, and I like to apologize.
Hanging out with Danny Masterson.
Jesus.
Wasn't there a DJ here in Dallas called Moby too? Wasn't there like a Moby in the mornings on the Eagle a long time ago? That wasn't him, right? Like that was a different dude.
Yeah, I heard that guy was a dick.
They're all DJs are dicks. We know this.
Moby Dick.
Wait for it. Hang on. Let me get there. Moby. How old is Moby?
Moby's 58.
Yeah, he's probably going to die soon anyway.
And I mean, he's 58. Elizabeth Henstridge is 36. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So my kids wouldn't allow her Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. birthday to go by without putting her on the list. So
Wasn't Kobe Smulders also in that show?
She was.
So immediately any other girl that was in that show, I would not notice because Kobe Smulders was in it, and that's all I need in my life.
No, well, I mean, this girl was all right, too.
All right.
Harry Connick Jr. is 56.
Colby,
He once fought aliens.
ever told you my Harry Connick Jr. story?
Oh my God, you have a Harry Connick Jr. story?
I do have a Harry Connick Jr. story.
Rogers is now standing up and trying to walk, but man, that's a limp.
That's because the cart won't fit through the door at that stadium.
Well, the fact that he's doing some walking.
What a wuss. So who's their backup? Is it still Zach? What's his face?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. They're gonna lose. Yeah. So Colby, I got drunk with Harry Connick Jr. in New Orleans one time. So it was 2005. It was July of 2005. It was a month before Katrina. Me and my buddy were down there on a guy trip. And I don't remember what day of the week it was. We walked into this local place. You know, it wasn't on Bourbon Street. It was probably on Royal or a couple of blocks away, kind of in the French Quarter. Looked like a dump, and they had a lunch special sandwich board, you know, out on the sidewalk, and, you know, hot dog, beer. It was like 2 hot dogs, a pitcher of beer for like $6. So we're like, that's worth the pitcher, you know?
Right.
So we went in, and there's nobody in there. There's one dude sitting at the bar with his back to us. So we walk over, we sit, and it's a tiny little bar, a couple seats away. He's on this side of me, like a chair away. I did the courtesy thing. You don't sit next to somebody, right?
Right.
My buddy sits on to my left. And, you know, we ordered. We're talking to the bartender. She was kind of cute a little bit. And I hear this, boys from out of town. And I look over. It's Harry Connick Jr. Wow. Which, of course, that's his home, right?
Right.
I mean, I claim it as home sometimes because I was born very close, but only when it suits me, right?
Right.
Otherwise, I'm Canadian. So that's why you're racist against Canadians.
Is it?
So, you know, we're like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. Hey, we're from Dallas. This is my buddy's first trip to New Orleans. You know, I was like, you know, you and me are basically brothers because I'm kind of from here too. You know, pulled that whole card. I'm from home. We're right down the street. He was like, oh, yeah, I know where that is. It's a dump. I'm like, sure is. You do know it. Dude, we sat there and did shots. He paid for fucking everything.
Of course he did.
Because he was ordering shots I'd never heard of, like local stuff. And we got shit-faced with Harry Connick Jr. in New Orleans.
Did you ask him about Independence Day and the aliens and all of that?
Never saw it, no.
What?
No. Will Smith was in it. I have no desire to watch it.
It's a great movie, sir.
Dispute. I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah, he was his code jet pilot.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. But, dude, it's fun. We went to Razoo's after that and ate a bunch of crawfish and oysters.
The rat toes.
And some rat toes. Those are good at rats. Anyway, this is my Harry Connick Jr. story.
Paul Heyman is 58, wrestling manager, leader of the ECW, and then sold out to Vince and still doing great things on WWE.
All right.
I don't know how to say her name. So, Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji Henson. Oh, we have pictures for her.
53.
Colby.
I just saw her picture on birthdays, and I was like, well, I got to bring her up because Tim will be excited.
Dude, she is gorgeous.
That is in the level of exotic that you're like, whoa.
She is
That's
gorgeous.
almost porcelain doll like perfect features.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So there
My
you
favorite
are.
movie of hers was Hidden Figures.
Never seen.
I wouldn't expect that you did because it's historical and it's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm out.
Of good movies?
No, just the historical
Or the
part.
historical part of it.
I'm out. See you later.
Well, see you later.
46 years old, Luda.
Who?
Ludacris.
Oh. Is he good? Like, I don't know. I've heard of him, but I don't know anything he does.
Yes.
Did he say sings? Because he didn't really sing.
No, he's a rapper. And like, move, bitch, get out the way. You've heard that, right?
Where would I have heard that?
Anywhere. It's a song about driving where you're telling people to get out of the way.
They play it at Nebraska Furniture Mart?
Probably
would I have heard it there?
No, probably not.
I don't know where I would have heard it. I don't listen to that. Or at Walgreens when I'm checking out, getting my preparation H.
You're telling me that you have never heard "Move, bitch, get out the way, get out the way, bitch."
That sounds like a horrible song.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You call it a song? Are they called songs?
Yes.
When they're rap?
Look, man, I know this is a character that you play on TV.
Get it.
But you've actually liked stuff. You're like, you know what? That's all right. Okay, yeah. It's not really rap though. They're kind of singing too. They do everything in there.
Okay, well maybe I'd like it. I've just never heard it. I just don't approve of calling someone the B word. It's hateful. It's just a hateful word.
Are you trying to carry this segment somewhere else?
That's a very hateful word, Colby.
There's nothing wrong with that. How many times in pre-show did I call you a bitch? Like 4?
Oh, that's me. That's different.
Okay.
I'm sure he's not talking to me in the song.
Not if you're not unless you're trying to get out of.
Is it really about driving?
It's how I equate it to. Like it's one of those good songs that like you're stuck in traffic and you just pump that for a little bit. You're like, yeah, no, that's totally speaking to my heart right now.
Like you should make your horn make that sound.
Oh man, that'd be great.
I'm sure we could arrange it.
And Tyler Hoechlin is 36. He's played Superman in that CW universe, so that's his thing.
Okay.
So there you go, and that's the list for today.
What about the one you forgot?
Well, you had one.
Oh, yeah, the one you forgot that, good God, Colby, I can't believe you didn't have her. The hell was that? Is that you? Oh, no, that's probably on my screen.
Okay, because that just randomly said the
pirate. We got Mike Leach talk now.
Arr.
Wow. It's doing it again.
What is happening with the thing?
Why are we in?
Okay.
Why is it doing
it? You
it?
need to know this person. Just go ahead.
Why is it?
I don't know what you're doing.
Colby, her name is Angeline Verona.
Okay.
She's a fashion model and social media influencer.
So, out.
And this is what she looks like.
All right. I mean, there you go. I think Taraji P. Henson
is better looking.
Better.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at this picture for 10 minutes and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, that's too long.
Might do some things. Okay, I'm gonna have to save that and send that to myself.
Okay.
Colby, my good. Seriously, he got me drunk. Harry Connick Jr.
Right.
Is my good.
Mm-hmm.
My bad is going to be Paul Walker. I feel like he was a fraud of an actor. Can really do anything. Kind of a one-trick pony.
Dear God.
And my ugly, Colby, there's lots of uglies on here. Ludacris isn't pretty. That Tyler Superman-filled guy is probably pretty ugly.
I mean, he played Superman.
Elizabeth Hentzrich probably can't be that great.
I mean,
she played second fiddle to Kobe Smulders.
There's a lot of people that would fit in the great category that would playing second fiddle to Colby Smulders.
It's true. How about Tommy Shaw? As much as I like his music, he's not a handsome man. He's like 5'2".
Right.
So he'll be and he still has the David Spade haircut.
I mean, if you were having somebody play Tommy Shaw in a movie,
it'd be David Spade, right?
David Spade.
I mean, they don't even have to do anything.
It's like
throw him out there.
David Spade plays Tom Petty and/or Tommy Shaw.
Tommy Shaw.
Both of those.
Totally could.
My good, because of the stupid things that you said, is Paul Walker. Because that's dumb.
I mean, seriously, was he that great of an actor?
My ugly, I'll go ahead and skip to that, is Paul Heyman.
Okay.
And then my bad, man, there's not really, you know what? Fine. F it. I know he's not bad, though.
Why'd you skip bad and go right to ugly? We've never done that.
I ugly was, and I'm struggling with my bad.
That is unprecedented on this segment.
It is, but my bad, I don't really have anybody on here that was bad. I mean, bad to the bone is Ed Reed. Soda. Say it with me now. State of the art.
Fucking suck. I hate myself.
You know what? Never mind. I've never really been into Moby's music, so
there you
Moby
go.
can be my bad.
Thank God.
So, because that's the end of that part of this segment, and we're about to move on to a little Overreaction Monday with the Cowboys and get you to a list that you will enjoy or not. We don't care because he makes a list without actually caring about your feelings.
I do. Or yours.
But that's all coming up next on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Spillage.
Hello, sports fans.
Fanstream Sports.
Hey, you like golf? There's a good chance you do because I said so. But what do you need playing golf? Well, you need clubs. right? Clubs, you need balls. The thing that people don't usually think about is that golf bag. And that's what most people see when they look at your golf clubs. Like right off the bat. And if you've got a raggedy bag, it's not doing you any favors, bud. So get you a new bag. Go over to orca-golf.com. Orca-golf.com. Why are you going there? You're going there because you want a golf bag, but you want one that's kind of screams you. So you want to pick the colors.
Papers for
Well,
the
you can use your own
30,
custom
60,
colors.
90.
Maybe you have a logo in mind. Maybe it's your
the merger.
logo. You're like Prince. You just have a symbol. That's the case. Dude, you can get your logo on there. Your name. Just get it done exactly like what you want it done by actual designers. Nothing goes out of their factory without the approval of the founder, Erica Bennett, who is just brilliant. We've seen some of her bags. We've got one of them actually in the studio. And you know what? Dude, it looks good. If you want other people to look at your golf setup and go, man, that just screams Frank. You want that? Then go over to orca-golf.com. Do yourself a favor and use the promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. I'll say that again, DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. So do it today because Orca Golf is the best choice in the game.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. That dude over there, stinking up the joint, by the way.
It was one time, and it was before the show.
It was several times before the show.
Yeah,
Look what I stole out of our bathroom just because of you.
Okay, the one time before the show that actually, had a stink to it. It was bad. It was real bad.
I don't know what you ate, Whey.
I do. I had a protein Pop-Tart this morning, and I'm pretty sure it was
For the love of all that is holy.
way more than my system wanted.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Colby, it is time for the 745 Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Sports Report.
It is, and let's go ahead and get y'all a little updated on things that are happening in the world of sports before we get into our Cowboys overreaction. Right now, your Texas Rangers in the top of the six are leading the Toronto Blue Jays 5-2. Also on your Monday Night Football craziness that's going on, Aaron Rodgers has gotten carted off, and we haven't been able to see any updates happening. But the Bills are leading the Jets, and they should be leading the Jets by a lot more than this right now. Going into the second, it's 3-0 Buffalo, New York over the New York Jets.
Jets of Jetness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should we just call them the Titans? That's what they were.
The New York Titans?
They were the New York Titans when they first came into the gold AFL.
No, because I love the name Jets.
Why? Because you like Jet Terry?
No, it's because I like the names of teams that don't just go with an animal. Right? Like, even the 49ers. I hate the 49ers. But actually having that as a name of their team, I think that's cool. The Raiders, I think is cool. Of course, the Cowboys, I think is cool. I think the Texans are bland.
Yeah, I hate that.
But the
They had better
Jets,
options.
the Jets just, you know what? When we used to do Battle of the Beasts
Yeah.
on the KNC Masterpiece,
Yep.
whenever it came to the Jets, it's like, it's a jet.
Beats everything, right?
It's pretty much going to annihilate whatever.
What would be okay? What then in the battle of this team, the Winnipeg Jets or the New York Jets?
I'm going with, well, of course, because the New York Jets are part of the U.S. military and the Winnipeg is part of the Canadian military. So which jet you think is going to win?
Canadian Mounted Military.
It's the American military, Tim, every single
Oh
time.
man, I don't know about that.
By the way-
Y'all are underselling Canada.
I think you're overselling French.
Good day, mate.
I think that's a fumble, by the way, unless they blew that.
I think they blew it though.
Hmm.
They blew the call, that's for sure, because he stopped running. I don't think he ran into the end zone.
Oh, no!
Oh no, he fumbled it back.
It's a double fumble!
Is Mark Sanchez playing for both teams?
Maybe.
Colby, let's get into a little bit of Overreaction Monday. You want to talk overall NFL first, or would you like to talk Cowboys?
You know what? I can't wait to talk Cowboys, so let's save that for a little bit. Overreaction Monday on just about everybody else in the NFL. What do you got for me?
Okay, some teams that I was impressed with and some teams that I'm not impressed with, Colby.
Okay.
Impressed with... Oh, my God.
You should just mute that computer.
Can't. That's what we're broadcasting on. Should be using the other computer. Colby, I was impressed with the Lions.
Okay, yeah.
I was impressed with the Browns over the... By the way, and I know we missed the whole preseason. I get it. But Joe Burrow was held to like 87 yards passing against the Browns.
Yeah, but last season the Bengals started off like a big floating turd too. I think that's just
They
we're
started
going to
0-2, didn't they?
Yeah, I think we're just going to find out this is the Bengals' way of doing things.
Okay, I was not impressed with the Bengals. You know, I'm not impressed with the Browns either, as much as I want to be. But I was impressed by the Buccaneers beating the Vikings in Minnesota.
I was impressed by your favorite Tampa Bay quarterback there. The Minnesota Vikings. I think they're a fraud team, like all the way around, except for Justin Jefferson. I think everybody else on that team's pretty much a big pile of give up.
All right. I mean, the franchise is kind of a big pile to give up.
Don't tell Mike Fisher.
Exclusive. Oh, man, I feel bad for Mike Fiction. Colby, I was impressed with, obviously, the 49ers. Good God. I think at one point, the graphic I saw was, and this was like late in the second quarter, the Niners were beating the Steelers in yards gained, 199-1. The Steelers had 1 yard of offense late in the second quarter.
That's how it's going to look when you have a team with a questionable quarterback go up against a really good defense at the beginning of the season. I mean, you can pretty much expect that because of how the offseason, preseason, and all that stuff's done. Your offenses aren't going to be ready to go.
Right.
Your defenses are going to be ready to go. And if you have a questionable offense at all, you're going to look really bad.
A lot of teams looked bad
Yeah,
in week one.
So, and we'll get there to that other game, but that's some of that.
Impressed, I thought, with the Rams over the Seahawks in Seattle. I mean, the Rams are supposed to be near the bottom of the league this year. They're kind of rebuilding.
They are kind of rebuilding, but the one thing that you're going into this with is, it was after an offseason, and there's not been any wear and tear on Stafford.
And no Cooper Kupp.
But again, there's no wear and tear on Stafford because that's what shuts him down now. Is the season starts to accumulate really fast on Stafford, and the other side of it is, man, somebody woke up Aaron Donald.
Dude, he's playing like he's pissed already, right?
He's mad at the world. Did you see that TikTok clip where Geno
Yes.
Smith and Aaron Donald's bearing down on him?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yep. Mid-play. Teams that I was a little disappointed in that I think are going to suck this year, besides the Bills and the Jets. Let's go with, well, the Bengals. Mentioned them. I think they're probably going to suck this year. Vikings might suck this year.
Maybe.
We hope that, and we know the Steelers are going to suck this year. They'll miss the playoffs. In the Commanders-Cardinals game, I'm not impressed yet with either team because the Commanders beat the Cardinals. I'm not impressed with the Cardinals. And the Commanders are going to commander.
There wasn't anything out of the Cardinals-Commanders game to be impressed with either team. It's pretty much played out exactly kind of what I was thinking, was that they were going to have a quarterback that cared.
Yeah.
That was going to be cool.
Yeah.
And Dobbs, because he actually cared what was going on.
Yeah, he's kind of playing for a job.
So, but the Commanders aren't going to be good. And anybody that's trying to tell us differently, I'm sorry. They're not. They don't have it yet.
A lot of people are picking them to be a playoff.
They're not going to be a football team.
It's probably Rivera's last season there, by the way. Packers and Bears. Bears are going to suck. I've been telling y'all for 3 years, Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. He'll never be a good quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't have the skills. I don't care who works with him. I don't care what they teach him, what they tell him to do. He does not have the physical skills to be a quarterback in the NFL. Dude, Chicago's going to have to figure something out because they're bad again everywhere like they've been for the past 4 or 5 seasons. They're not getting better.
No, this didn't look good on their opening game. I will give them, 3 or 4 games to get these things going because I don't think this division is going to be something that they're really going to have to struggle to keep up with. I don't think it's going anywhere with anybody. I don't think the Packers are just going to take this thing over. So,
well, no, and I picked Minnesota to win that division anyway. They're clearly the most talented team. Although, the Packers are going to be good, and it's not going to take long for them to be good with Jordan Love. I said in that draft that included Justin Herbert and a couple of other guys that Jordan Love was probably the best quarterback that's going to come out of that draft. And I still think that now that he's going to get some playing time, we'll see what he's made of.
Right, and I'm okay with that because it's pretty out there exactly what I think about. Now he's proven me wrong as Kellen Moore's was in his bag against Miami.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we see for those of you that are like, "Oh my God, Kellen Moore looked great." We know when Kellen Moore at the beginning of the season is in his bag, he looks amazing.
Yep.
It's that game that he doesn't look amazing at, and then it's followed by another game that he doesn't look amazing at, and it's followed by one more, and then he has a pickup game. It's the lulls in it, and maybe he works that out of his system. Maybe he does.
Yeah.
But this is kind of fitting to trend with what Kellen Moore does. So don't. By the way, Miami, oh my God, can they just stop scoring at any point?
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Miami yet. I still think the Chargers are a better team than the Dolphins are.
Oh, I didn't come away with that at all. I mean, Tua threw for 500 and something yards?
Third most ever in an opening game, yeah.
That they can find somehow to also get their defense to catch up. Because, by the way, again, this is with your offense is not really looking as sharp.
Right.
And those two look like, the defenses might want to wake up over there. That may be your Achilles heel for both teams.
And then probably my biggest disappointment of a team has to be the Eagles against the Patriots. Eagles should have lost that game.
They should have lost that game.
Is this a Super Bowl hangover?
It's not. I think that we were a little bit more down on the Patriots than what we should be. Just because of they've got a running game. They've got a quarterback that at least will bus drive them. And it's still Bill Belichick. So because of that, he's going to find a way to keep them in games. He's going to have the games rolling the only chance they could have to win it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the way it's going to look. Now, are they going to win those games? Well, that's a different story. But they're going to be close.
They never know. Colby, let's transition into some Cowboys.
Oh, my God.
What went right? What went wrong?
Let's go ahead and get the wrong out of the way.
Okay. Kicker?
No.
Brandon Aubrey?
Aubrey went out there, and his first kick, he looked nervous as all get out, and it showed after that. He didn't miss. So, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with that.
Still nervous. Rafael Septien back.
No, I'm not nervous about our kicker spot just yet. It's going to take a little bit more than that because I was expecting the first kick to be trouble, and it was.
It was a missed extra point.
It was, but it was actually longer than the first field goal he hit.
I know. The next one was like, 21 yards? What's a field goal? 33 yards, right?
Right.
Or extra point's 33 yards.
So, no, the only spot that was a question mark for me, really and truly, because we both knew going into this game that because of the lack of preseason, Dak wasn't going to look like what we were going to see later on in the season. I knew that walking into it. He didn't. But, man, I know it was raining, but can we please have a tight end catch another effing football?
Dude, once again, Dak plagued by, I think I counted four just flat out drops.
Right.
Probably two of them by tight ends, maybe three.
Right.
That I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Again, it was raining, but it wasn't raining hard till like towards the end of the game.
According to Mickey Spagnola on the Fan, it was raining hard like throughout the game. You just couldn't see it.
Well, at one point towards the end of the game, it showed on TV, and that's when we could tell. And you could hear it. Like, you could hear it on the field mics and stuff, that it was pouring down rain. And, Dak did not have a great game. But I'm not holding any of this against him because clearly when you're spotted 19 points before you really ever...
You shut everything down.
You're not going to have a passing game anyway, and you don't need to have a passing game. So McCarthy called the plays to suit the situation, which was the ground game.
The best thing to do in that situation.
Especially with the weather. And, Pollard ran for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think everything that you wanted to see from the offense other than the drops.
Right.
You saw. And you know what? Brandon Cooks will get more involved in the passing game. CeeDee Lamb had a couple of passes. Michael Gallup had a catch on a couple of targets. But, again, they didn't need to be throwing the ball all over the field. So McCarthy's not going to do that. All in all, I think the game plan was good. The defense, by God, was great.
Now, you're not going to play the Giants every single game. I wish we could. But that was because some of that had to do with the matchups. Their offensive line, as far as against speed rushers, isn't good, buddy.
Yeah.
Isn't good at all. And that's what Dallas brings. And you could tell how scared the Giants were in the opening drive that actually looked okay.
Yeah.
It was just Daniel Jones and then trick plays and trying to pop screens and then him running for his life. That was what got it done.
I felt you know how I feel about Daniel Jones. I'm kind of a Daniel Jones fan.
Right.
But dude, and I know why he was in the game that late. Like, I get it. It's the first game of the season.
Well, it was Dayball pulled the Campo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we have to have momentum for the next game. No, you don't, bud. Get him out of there before you get him killed.
I thought Dak stayed in the game too long, but I almost agree with it more for Dak because he played 0 preseason.
Right.
So let him get some reps, although he wasn't really throwing the ball. So I don't know. I think Dak was in there too long. I know Daniel Jones was in there too long. I think it was kind of a slap in the face to Daniel Jones. I don't know what his relationship is with Dayball.
It's probably not good right now.
It's probably not very good after last night.
No.
But, man, I told you this off the air before the show, man. I started to feel bad for Daniel Jones.
I saw this tidbit, and I didn't go fact check this on Facebook, but I saw it on Facebook, so I'm going to go with it like it's fact, and so somebody can tell me it's different. So, in the little tidbit, it says no team has ever lost 40-0, gave up 7 sacks in a game, had a blocked field goal returned for a touchdown in a game, and what was the other thing? Anyway, it listed off a couple of others, and it's like, wait, not a game. This has never happened to a team in a season. In one season, they've never lost 40-0, da-da-da-da-da-da, giving up 7 sacks, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, my God. They did
all the firsts.
The whole season worth of ass beating got handed to you in one game. Hello? Joe Bob's Bar and Grill, 8-Ball speaking.
Why would he be calling?
My goodness, are we off the air?
No.
So, all right, cool. Maybe it's good news. But the Dallas Cowboys, that was impressive. I'm expecting, by the way, you have the Jets next and Aaron Rodgers left the field. This could be another just total debacle.
So I was looking for updates, and all that I'm seeing is that he went for X-rays.
That's not good. That's not good. Your Dallas Cowboys look like they could go take over the world right now. And that's a great feeling. For game one, walking into that game, I was really confident. Really confident that this was going to get out of hand pretty quickly. But I was along the lines of like 30-10,
Yeah.
24 to 14, something like that, right? Not almost cover the over by yourself. Nobody calls it the under-over except for me.
I was not a gambler.
I'm really not. It's got a U and an O in it.
Under-over. Well, the O comes first.
Right. Unless
Kind of like sex.
unless you're good at it. Make sense of that. Bud.
I wouldn't know.
By the way, we're supposed to have a list probably like 15 minutes ago.
We're working on it.
Okay.
No, it's just like we're only 1 minute late. 8:05.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah. I thought.
I mean, are you done with Cowboys talk? I mean, the list won't take that long.
You know what? I'm not. There was Wanye Thomas. Wanye Thomas looked like a beast out there, but the other guy that looked like a beast that I was kind of scared about, even though he looked good in training camp, was Bell coming in for Overshown and running out there at the linebacker spot.
Yeah.
Dude was carrying swagger and hitting everybody. It was. You remember when Roy Williams, not the wide receiver, but the safety, would hit people?
Oklahoma. Yeah, you felt it on the TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it was against
Especially when he played the Longhorns. Chris Sims.
No, the one that I felt the most was when they played the Arizona Cardinals, and he hit Emmitt Smith in the middle of that pile, and it basically just sent Emmitt off of the...
Launched him.
Yes. Bell is hitting like a grown man with a baseball bat out there. Just Ronnie Lawton fools. Dude, I like this kid a lot.
And you and I called it during the offseason when Dan Quinn re-signed, when he elected to stay here rather than go interview with the Broncos and elsewhere.
By the way, good job by you.
What?
Broncos aren't. Good job not going there.
Oh, dude. They've got, I'm telling you, Russell, we'll get into them another time. Their number one problem is their quarterback, not their coach. And I can tell what those two aren't getting along either. But you and I called it when it was announced that he was staying in Dallas as the DC. That was the number one biggest offseason move the Cowboys could have made. Obviously, getting Cooks was great. Getting Stephon Gilmore was great. Cutting Zeke, I think, was great. For the team, for the salary situation.
Right.
By the way, kind of sparing it up in New England with that fumble.
Kind of.
Which, you know what? I don't hate Zeke, whatever. I'm not Johnny.
Right.
But, dude, Quinn, if this is going to be a Super Bowl year, if they're going to have a Super Bowl year here in the coming seasons, it's going to be because of Quinn and his defense.
I think it's going to be because of the whole damn thing, but you're right. And if they keep looking like this, I know it's game one. And
That's why it's called Overreaction Monday.
I am a flip-flopper of all kinds of degrees. But after that game, I was like, oh, my God, this feels like the year. This could be the year.
After one game?
Of course after one game.
Overreaction Monday.
I'm right here for it.
We both picked the Cowboys to win the division, right?
No, I got them in the Super Bowl.
So I think we both had them win in the Super Bowl, right? I'm beating the Chiefs.
See, so that was what. By the way, I just want to point a couple things out on that whole thing. The last time that the Cowboys shut out the Giants in the season opener was 1995.
Super Bowl season?
Correct.
That was the Steelers. Larry Brown, MVP.
I don't think the Steelers are going to make it, bud.
God, I hope they never do again.
I feel bad for Mike Tomlin
I don't. Why?
because he had to put up with all that bull crap that we found out about later, that he held that damn team together with his
With his teeth?
Mike Tomlinness.
Well, he had a cancer in the locker room he had to get rid of.
Mike Tomlin's a badass.
I don't
saying-
hate him, but he's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I don't really give a crap what he does.
So
There's
there you go.
other coaches I like more than him anyway. But yeah, so are you scared? Again, one game, Overreaction Monday. Are you scared of the Eagles or the 49ers? Because those are your two biggest threats in the NFC.
I'm not scared of the Eagles. It feels like the 49ers have that, trump card. But the thing about that you saw with this defense, and I hope we continue to see it, is that they are going to be like the 49ers. As far as the game after you play them, you're probably going to lose because these people will beat you up.
Yeah, they're still more physical. Man, I don't know, though. After watching the Cowboys and the Giants, is San Francisco's defense more physical than the Cowboys' defense that we saw?
That's what I'm saying. I think the Cowboys have leveled up to that area.
Close the gap a little bit, huh? In the physical. I think Cowboys are more physical than Philadelphia is now.
Right.
This is not the same Philadelphia team that went to the Super Bowl. They've lost a lot.
Well, they've lost a lot, but they've kept a lot of it together. It's just, maybe it's the hangover. They just didn't look as
I'm
crisp.
telling you, Hurts is not as good as he played last year. And he just got the contract.
Well, you know what? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to continue to talk Cowboys here weekly. It'll be our Reaction Mondays.
Don't get it twisted. I love Mickey Spagnuolo, but
Need a fake Mickey Spagnola for a Cowboys thing.
maybe a real one would be better.
Real Mickey. We should get Broadus, Mickey, and Fish.
All
Get
at
a
the same
Cowboys
time?
round table all at the same time.
While we're doing fake Fish, fake Broadus, and fake Mickey Spagnola,
Yeah.
that would be so.
We could all interview each other.
That's right.
I
Exclusive.
don't know how do you imitate Broadus?
But
You
Then
know,
you get to a really salient point, but you have to have Jumble Bunny a second
sounds
before
like Big Red.
you get to a No. If never mind. I don't know where the gun was going to fire when I said what I was about to say, so I'm just going to leave it at this.
Abort.
Broadus is the man. Brian Broadus is amazing,
We love Brian Broadus.
and he could cook like a madman.
Cook you some crawfish.
Damn right.
All right, Colby.
He's a scout.
Let's transition. By the way, his Al Davis story is still my favorite Brian Broadus story. About when he tried to go to work for the Raiders.
I think that my favorite Brian Broadus story is still the tuna. The Bill Parcells in the shower and then having to talk to him while the tuna was out. I just can't imagine.
We miss the tuna.
Right now, I don't miss anything.
You know?
Cowboys are
Miss
going to
Romo?
Super Bowl. I'll tell you what. If it happens, and I wanted this for Tony Romo so bad, but if somehow the season ends with Dak Prescott holding up the Lombardi Trophy, I am going to feel like I've already made a list of who, like on Facebook, who in real life, fan texters, everybody is going to get a text from me that I think was just bad-mouthing Dak as much as they could.
Right.
And that'll be the greatest
Satisfaction.
text chain of my
Yeah.
entire life. Going to Super Bowl party, and guess who can't go? You!
And we're going with the players. We're going to hold that Stanley Cup Lombardi trophy.
That's right.
I'm going to drink out of the Lombardi trophy.
I don't think you can.
You can when I cut a hole in the top of it.
Well, I mean, sure.
Right on the nub of the top of the football. It's cut. They should have like a screw top on it. So you can fill it with whatever you want, and you just unscrew it and drink. Then screw it back on.
Once you screw it, you can't unscrew it, Tim.
God, I know that's right.
Can't
Jesus Christ. All right, Colby. It's time for list.
Woo!
Wait, what did she say?
Jonah High!
Just grand salami.
He slammed a granny right there.
Not gonna lie.
By the way, the Rangers
10
lead
to 3
10-3 in the top of the 7th.
I was just about to say they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, so they're rallying because they were up 6-3, and I turned away to turn the music off, and then Chaim shows us his salami.
Dude, he popped that righty.
Yeah, and he hit it opposite field, right? Oh no, I
No,
guess not. Yeah,
No, it's a pull job. But hadn't he just been hitting left?
was it a pull job? I mean, I feel like it was, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's a pull job. He slammed the granny pull job. Anyway, we have a list.
List this. Colby, I would like to offer you, in the interest of week 1 of the NFL. By the way, the Bills up 10-3 now late in the second quarter, and it looks like they just got a turnover. The Bills' defense stole the ball.
Okay, what you just missed is they showed a New York Jets fan on the TV, and he just flipped off the Bills team on the TV.
On camera.
On the camera.
That's New York, right?
That's, by the way, how in how many seconds till that's a Facebook meme?
Oh, it's probably already there.
Done.
If I wasn't doing a show, I'd have paused it and made it myself. I know what you would have put on it. You said, if you don't like Big Red, F you.
That's right.
That's great. Colby, I would like to offer everyone. We have music for this too.
Uh-huh.
Maybe. We can get there. Buttons don't work. This should be the Jets theme song. Colby, we're going to ranker.com.
Oh,
because in the interest of the week 1 of the NFL, it's a subject that every fan base has a different opinion of. And that is the worst fan bases in the NFL.
Oh, really?
And of course, at Ranker, it's voted on by the people, right?
Right.
So it's going to be objective.
It's not.
Kind of. It is what it is. So I would like to ask you, though, and it's probably going to be an NFC East thing, right?
Right.
Who your least favorite fan bases are to watch in the NFL?
Least favorite fan bases is number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles fan base.
Okay.
That's probably number 1 and 2 for me.
Oh, wow.
Number 3, and it's really because of the jackassery that goes on a lot of times outside of the stadium. I got to go 49ers fan.
Okay. Especially when they play the Raiders in a preseason game at an In-N-Out.
Yeah.
All the jackassery.
And then it's Steeler fan.
Okay. Right there with you.
That's really... Oh, and your random Green Bay Packer fan, especially if they live around here.
Right.
Sorry, KT.
Why is he a Packers fan?
He owns part of the team. His family was Packers fans. And
He's not.
he is too.
He's from Olney.
Yeah, but he's a big Packers fan.
Dumb. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you on my top ones. I hate, of course, Eagles fans, especially now that they have a Super Bowl. They just think that they're the greatest team ever. Try to, maybe hold on to that for a little bit and show that you've been there before. Oh, wait, you haven't.
Right.
And then I absolutely love the fact that now they've lost one too. So I hate Steelers fans. I hate Packers fans. I hate Raiders fans.
I'm okay with the Raider fan. And the main reason is that the whole let's all dress like stormtroopers and Legion of Doom, Spike, the black hole thing, like the dog pound thing, I'm cool with.
In Cleveland?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, no, I dig that.
The black hole, I'm cool with. Even though there's probably murders and stuff going on.
That we'll never see.
Right.
And I think I'm out.
By the way, drop the music a little bit. I'm thrown off by it.
I think I'm out on Bengals fans with the whole stupid who day. I have talked to 5 Bengals fans.
Okay.
Not one of them can tell me what that means or where it came from. I mean, it's sort of a playoff who dat from the Saints,
Right.
which I get that. Everybody knows what that means because that's what all those idiots from down there like me sound like when they live there and are born there.
Right.
What the hell is who day?
That's
Who day nation? Nobody knows what that means.
It's who they is going to beat those Bengals, dude.
Then say who they, not who day. They don't say who day in Cincinnati.
No, that's the terminology of the phrase.
It's dumb.
It's not dumb. It's the same
No.
as who dat.
I'm out.
It is the exact same.
They don't pronounce it like that in Cincinnati.
Who day?
No, they don't say that. It's only because it's their catchphrase now.
Well, somebody said it and thought it was cool and it caught on.
No, it's stupid.
There's nothing wrong with that, sir.
Cincinnati needs to not be in the league anymore. So, yeah, I mean,
By the way, if I had a second team, which I don't, it would be Cincinnati.
that you hate or that you love?
That I would root for.
Meh. My second, I don't know. I mean, I have 2 teams because I have 2 homes.
I mean, I don't. If it's the Bengals versus the Cowboys, there's not even a thought about,
Your Cowboys first, obviously. Ooh, a Super Bowl matchup.
I'd be in.
So, yeah, there's teams that obviously I'm a Saints fan and I'm a Cowboys fan. When they play each other, I'm a Cowboys fan. But if I was going to, and I you know what? Until Russell Wilson got there, I liked the Broncos after John Elway retired because I couldn't stand John Elway. But I'm kind of taking note with all of the Denver teams because that's where I want to live when I retire, when I'm not famous anymore.
Marijuana.
No, just because I enjoy the mountains.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to retire. I'm going to get me a spot next to Arnold Schwarzenegger up in Vail, or up in Aspen, I mean.
Okay.
And we're going to be friends, and I'm going to be in Expendables 21.
That'd be amazing.
If I was in Expendables. Colby, the least favorite fan base. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. So the bottom of the list.
Yes. Number 32 on our list of the least favorite fan bases, the Carolina Panthers. Does anybody care about Panthers fans?
Nobody cares.
Does anybody care about their team?
Carolina. There's some people there that does.
Well, number 1, it's a stupid name.
It's not. I mean, Panthers. Okay, yeah.
No, not Panthers. Carolina. It's not a state or a city. It's like Golden State Warriors. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, they're just claiming both Carolinas.
I know, and I get it. I know why they did it. But it's dumb. They should be the North Carolina Panthers or the Charlotte Panthers.
You know what? No, I'm fine with the Carolina because if they were to do the North Carolina Panthers or the South Carolina, I'd be like, okay, whatever. Just the fact that they're I've never questioned that whatsoever. And I think their colors are cool.
And all the teams out there have to do that so they can include all the fan bases around there. Like the Hurricanes, the hockey team, they don't play in Charlotte, they play in Raleigh.
Right.
So you have to do, I get it. It's just dumb. I don't like it. There's 2 Carolinas. You need to pick one. Colby, next, we have the Lions. They rub you the wrong way, Lions fans?
No.
I kind of feel bad for them.
No, and I was excited for them. They had their Super Bowl versus the Chiefs.
They did, man, and they went out and bit some kneecaps.
That's right.
That was a good game. We watched that. Not together, but probably at the same time. You ever look at your TV, Colby, on Sunday, like when the game's on, and go, this is pretty cool that me and Tim are probably watching the same game at the same time.
Nope.
This is neato.
Have
you ever used the word neato?
I can't think of a time that I did, Tim.
Well, what I think is neato, Colby, is the Jaguars are number 30. Does anybody care?
No, and I used to when like Baselli and Brunel and all that. I was like, okay, Jaguars do something.
I kind of like the Jaguars because Jimmy Smith,
right,
former Cowboys wide receiver that Jimmy didn't like, went over there and had a great career with Mark Brunell. How about the Houston Texans fans? I'm annoyed by them because they're from Houston.
But their
That's
team's
personal.
so bad all the time.
But do you remember they beat the Cowboys in their very first ever game in 2002?
Because they all jumped in the same car.
Freaking idiots. Oh, wait, I get it. How about the Chargers fans at number 28?
Nobody cares.
I mean, are we talking? This says Los Angeles Chargers. Are there such a thing as Los Angeles Chargers fans? I mean, they're all Rams fans.
Yeah, they're all. Well, I mean, there's 4 of them. They're family members.
I mean, I feel bad for San Diego Chargers fans.
I don't even know because you live in San Diego. There's no reason to feel bad for you. It's like
Kinda-
70 degrees year round.
Kind of living the good life, aren't they?
Right.
Top Gun's there too.
Oh,
You
well,
can go see Tom Cruise whenever you want and go look at Goose's grave.
well, there you go.
Colts at 27.
There's nobody that. Yeah, Colts are another one that. You're running into all the teams that nobody
cares.
There's not going to be on this list. And the fact that people voted for these, they're making them higher than the Panthers, is questionable.
Cardinals at 26. Falcons at 25.
Those dirty birds.
I'm not a fan of the Cardinals because it goes back to when they were in the Cowboys division, back when they were in the NFC East for, I don't know, 20 years of my life.
Right.
And I hated them, so I still hate them because I still think of them that way. And I hate Kyler Murray. I think he's a bad quarterback. And probably a bad person.
I don't know bad person. I can't go there with you.
I've heard stories.
Until I meet the person or hear the actual stories myself from
He's
a
not going to take my word for it.
credible source, no, because you hate people for apparently
What if I
stupid
told
reasons.
you he was friends with Jared Fogle? I mean, I'd be lying. I was just wondering if I told you.
Then
Would that sway you in any?
I would know you were lying.
24 is the Bengals.
This all right. This list, bottom part, sounds like all the teams that actually picked the teams on the top.
Yep, Titans at 23, Dolphins at 22. I'm not a Rams fans. I don't really care about.
Right.
I mean, I felt bad for them for a long time because they didn't have a team for 20 years before they moved back. Browns fans at 20? They're not really annoying. They don't have any reason to annoy anybody other than Bengals fans.
Right. Well, and they can probably start to annoy. That division is one of the stronger, like, we hate you divisions. So
Right.
I can see people not liking Browns.
Bills fans. I almost feel bad for Bills fans.
I mean, I don't, because at least they get to throw people through tables and stuff.
They got the Bills Mafia thing going on now.
That's right.
Vikings fan? Do you hate the Vikings fan
There's one.
at 18?
There's one, and it's not the one that's mentioned in this show.
You hate fish?
I don't hate fish at all. But because there was a Viking fan that actually lived in the mid-cities at the same time I did, and I don't know why he was a Vikings fan.
Was it Paul the damn Viking?
It wasn't Paul the damn Viking.
I had a run-in with him once.
But used to annoy the hell out of me because you weren't like a home team fan.
Oh, yeah.
I dislike those
See,
people.
you hate people for weird things.
This is not a weird thing. I mean, if you moved here from wherever.
Also, he didn't move here?
No, he's just here.
Doesn't make sense. I had a good friend whose little brother was a Redskins fan. Born and raised in Dallas. His entire family were Cowboys fans.
Right.
And he was like 16, and everything he wore was Redskins stuff. It's stuff from before he was even born, right? Joe Theismann jersey.
You realize that person is the ultimate jackass.
He's going to be a serial killer. Probably already is a serial killer.
Right.
And I was like, dude, why do you have you ever even been to Washington, D.C.? He's like, no, man, but the logo's cool and their colors are awesome. That's why he picked the Redskins.
All right.
I was like, you have bad parents, sir. 17, the Broncos.
There's
I mean,
some
their
people-
players annoy me more than the fans do.
Right.
Washington Commanders. Again, as an NFC East foe, I'd like to hate their fans, but I don't really have a reason to.
Just feel sorry for
I
them.
just feel sorry for them now.
The command skins.
Number 15 is a fan base that a lot of people hate, and I don't know why, especially before Katrina, the Saints fans. I mean, for a long time, they were the Browns, right? No playoffs, no Super Bowl, no nothing for like 25, 30 years.
Well, but we kind of got sick of them through just the mass exodus and everybody being around being a Saints fan. But we also,
Right.
I mean, it was, I don't know, just kind of like, yeah, you come over here and do your thing, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. Colby, the 49ers are at 14. They're not even top 10.
Okay, they should be higher because they kill people at this
Way
stadium.
higher. Yeah, they do, especially Raiders fans. How about Bears at 13?
There's no reason for them to be that high. Nobody's ever gone, oh, it's the Bears since
No.
like 1985.
Nobody cares about the Bears. Ravens fans. are obnoxious, but not. But I get it. I know why they're obnoxious.
Right.
They're just happy to have a team again.
Right. And they're also in the murder capital of the world. So.
Man, they are right there in D.C. too. Golly.
So yeah.
Ravens fans.
No. But,
By the way, if you're a Ravens fan, go check out ravencountry.com and check out my fine work.
yes.
Shameless plug.
And also be proud of the fact that you have the greatest uniforms in the NFL.
Okay.
You do.
They're better than the Cowboys?
As far as just awesome uniforms, not the classic and the history and all of that, but just, yeah, I think their uniforms are the best.
So there are color combinations of the Ravens that I enjoy, but they're usually the purple and gold. Purple jerseys, purple pants, gold numbers. Like, to me, that looks clean. I don't like a lot of the black, though. Or even the black pants, purple jerseys, gold numbers. I don't like the white numbers on the purple.
I love the use of the black with the raven, and then the purplish blue highlights because that's a raven.
Right.
It's a really good job.
All right, and that's a stupid nickname, too.
It's
Name your football team after a poet.
that's talking about murder in the murder capital of the world.
Buccaneers fans at 11.
Nobody gives an S about Buccaneers.
Like, even with their Tom Brady Super Bowl, I'm still not really annoyed. I'm annoyed by one specific,
right.
especially today. But we won't go there. The Chiefs fans at 10.
There's nothing annoying about a Chiefs fan.
They're not even really braggarts right now. They're in the middle of a dynasty, right?
Yeah, they're just loud and proud, and I'd be that way too.
Yeah, maybe I'll be a Chiefs fan. Jets fans at 9. We're in the top 10 now.
Oh no, we're just sad for them all the time.
Especially tonight, dude.
Looks like their quarterback's going to have to get a rod in his knee.
Sit on that one for a minute. Let that stew. Giants fans right next to him at number 8. I get there's annoying, but that's just New York people. That's not even Giants fans.
So I think that's the reason why the Jets and Giants are both there. They're just like, well, they're just New Yorkers, and nobody except New Yorkers like New Yorkers, and New Yorkers don't even like other New Yorkers. So there you go.
Seahawks fans at 7.
Because they're loud and drink a lot of coffee.
I mean, they stole the Aggies' 12th man thing. I mean, I hate them for that, but and they have annoying colors. That stupid neon blue, yellow, day glow, whatever it is. It's oh my god, that's the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Better than what they used to have when David Craig was there.
Oh, man, the classic colors are the best. By the way, they're going to wear those, I think, in 2 games
They are.
with the old logo. Yeah.
Somebody tell me what those games are. I'll be sure to turn
Oh,
off my
dude,
Red Zone
those
channel.
were so clean looking. Steelers at 6, as low as 6.
That's really low for the obnoxious Steeler fan. And I understand why you're obnoxious and also why you moved out of Pittsburgh, because it's Pittsburgh and nobody wants to fucking live there.
You need to go back to where you came from, though, sirs and ma'ams. Mm-hmm. Number 5, the Cheeseheads. I hate Packers fans.
Especially since not all of them are from Wisconsin and all. Yeah, that's irritating.
And you'll notice a significant absence from our list so far.
Oh, I do.
Raiders fans at 4.
I don't mind them.
I'm annoyed by them because they travel well, because they're everywhere.
Right. The second greatest looking uniform in the league in my list.
Very clean, right?
Oh,
I got no problem with it. Did you know they originally had gold in their uniforms back in the old AFL days when they first started? Like, have you ever seen the old Raiders logo before this?
Was it because they had a gold tooth in the?
No, so it's basically the pirate dude with the swords behind him.
Yeah.
But instead of saying Raiders and on the black shield, it was like a yellow or a gold football behind him.
Huh. I'm
So-
out.
It was kind of cool. I mean, but it was like 1960. All right, everything was weird back in 1960.
Right.
Colby, top 3. Here we go. The worst fan bases is voted on at Ranker.com. Patriots fans.
It's because they're Boston people.
Boston.
I go
They
to-
talk funny.
Go to the apartment. Get
Pack the
bag.
car. God, I hate Boston. Mm-hmm. Colby, number 2.
The Eagles fan.
Eagles fans.
I know where we're at, by the way.
So, what do you think the number 1 worst fan base is as voted on by Ranker.com?
It's us.
It's and you know what? I don't disagree.
I don't either, because I hear from other Cowboys fans and the way they talk nonsense and the utter hatred that people have for other Cowboys fans. They're like, no, wait, no. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'll tell you what's wrong with this team. And they spit out utter nonsense.
It's like you've never watched football in your life.
I have an argument with a guy that I work with on nearly a daily basis as he's trying to point out to me what's wrong with, and it's like he doesn't actually watch football, but he's a Cowboys fan. Some of his points are trying to be along the same lines as what you give, but you actually have like stuff behind it.
Right or wrong, I've got stuff.
Right. Most of it's wrong.
I know.
But yeah, there's, obnoxious, annoying, and then some of you guys are awesome. Like me.
It's just weird. I get the Cowboy fan hatred. Like, I get it.
Right.
Because I like you, I deal with it all the time. And it's just annoying. There's probably all fan bases that are like that, but I don't deal with them. I deal with Cowboys fans.
Right.
And they are annoying, man. Golly. But I love talking to intelligent Cowboys fans.
I do.
My neighbor across the street, dude, biggest Cowboys fan. When I moved into that house 3 years ago, of course, I went across. He's a big hanging out in the garage guy. He's got a foosball table, TV. That's where he watches Cowboys, right? Big Cowboys flag in his yard. And I'm like, crap, it's probably going to be one of these guys. Dude, I freaking love having Cowboys conversations with him because he's a realist. He gets it. He's not one of these guys. Just fire Jerry. It'll fix everything.
I hate that.
I hate you, person, when you say that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
By the way, update on Aaron Rodgers. He left the game in the first quarter with an ankle. X-rays are negative, but he will not return. So
it might just be a bad sprain. We're talking about worst fan base. You know who the happiest fan base is right now? The Packers.
They're pretty happy.
Because of Rodgers.
Yeah, and he
Aaron
tried to
Rodgers.
do what Brett Favre tried to do, and it's not looking good, bud.
Favre didn't get hurt, though.
No.
Didn't he take him to like a AFC championship game or something?
I don't remember.
Or play something, whatever. Who cares? Colby, let's talk a little college football before we get into your news and notes. Or actually, you want to take a break?
Yes.
Let's do that.
So coming up next, college football wrap-up about the Longhorns and also his Aggies, and then we'll get into news and notes. That's coming up next on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hello, golf friends. It's IndyCar Tim from the Rough. I want to take just a minute here and tell you about our new friends over at Orca Golf. They make high-quality PGA Tour-grade golf bags, and they're the best in the business. They're the real deal. They're the best bags I've ever seen. They even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com and pick up a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, you name it. You work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's just brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com. That's orca-golf.com and use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in-game.
Guys, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Are you experiencing low sex drive, fatigue, hot flashes, moodiness, and you just don't feel like you have the vitality you once had? You're not just getting old, it's likely low testosterone. Studies over the last 20 years show a shocking decline in younger males aged 16 to 39. Older men have seen a sharp decline as well. Do something about it. Go see my friend Christopher Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medicine. Testosterone replacement is not a frivolous treatment. It takes a professional, targeted approach that focuses on total body wellness, vitality, and emotional stability. Not a one-size-fits-all approach like many clinics use. They will monitor your blood work and adjust your treatment as needed for optimal results. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sappin IndyCar. Well, actually, welcome back to the IndyCar Tim Show. I'm solo right now, and that's okay. This is totally my show now. And I don't want to talk college football. I want to talk love. Oh, Colby's back now.
So what's up with the college football there, Tim?
I don't know. Did it even start?
It did. Great things happened.
So, yeah, we had some big surprises in the world of college football. We'll go and get this out of the way. Like I said, I don't think the Aggies loss to Miami was a surprise to anybody. Certainly not to me. Yes, it hurts as an Aggie, but
Right.
I predicted 37-21 Hurricanes. But, I think I made my initial prediction in the summer when we did our way too early, when the schedule came out, when we did our way too early predictions at allaggies.com. But, of course, we revamped that a little bit this week. And I don't think I changed my prediction at all from the summer.
Because you didn't edit it?
I didn't. I was busy. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But, man, I saw the Aggies in game one, of course, against New Mexico. It's just I've just got questions. And you know what? I'm going to just make this proclamation right now. And if you're an Aggies fan and you disagree with me, I'm sorry. It's fine. We're not going to have a conversation about it. This is just how I feel. After 5 years of defending Jimbo Fisher, I'm done. He needs to go. That was the Aggies lost to a better team. First of all, they lost to a better coached team with less talent. The Aggies continually have some of the best talent of any college football program. They have the best facilities. They have the most money.
Uh-huh.
And when you continue to be unsuccessful, and not just unsuccessful, when you continue to suck and you have a lack of effort by your players, which I saw on Saturday, dude, that comes from the top. And I realize his buyout, if they fire him after this season or in the middle of this season, is almost $70 million. If they wait till 2024 and fire him, it goes down to about 65.
Uh-huh.
Dude's under contract till 2031 because y'all's dumbass Aggies just extended him for 10 years. And he's a fraud. End of rant.
You know what? As far as the Aggies are concerned, I'm not going to rub too much salt into the wound here because, quite frankly, that game did enough for me. But I will say this. It seems like that the Aggies just have trouble maintaining that Wreckham mentality of this is how we're going to play and the physicality that equates to a good Aggies football team. And it seems like that part is missing more times than not here of late. And really the last time I kind of saw that was when you had wild-ass Manziel running around out there.
It's been 10 years. And that was under Kevin Sumlin, who's a terrible coach.
But it was able to somehow manufacture that feeling of a team.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And the Aggies' defense is clearly their forte, all right? They have a way better defense than they do in offense. Jimbo Fisher brought in Bobby Petrino to fix the offense. He gave up play calling duties. They look great against New Mexico in the 52-10 win, obviously, because it's New Mexico. Basically a JV. They're even worse than a community college. They're terrible. But you go up against thankfully it's a non-conference. But, dude, I have zero faith in any conference games this year. Arkansas looks terrible, but they're going to beat the Aggies at Jerry World. I'll be there for that. There's no way they can beat Alabama. I know how Alabama looked against Texas. Texas is a good team. A&M is not.
How
Texas is well coached. A&M is not.
It's, you know what, and that struggles for me. If we can go there real quick, that's a struggle for me as far as Sark is concerned. I know, and I've never met the guy. And
Johnny and I met him at the Byron Nelson.
And maybe, thank God, I've never met the guy. But reading that guy from afar, all I can think is asshole.
Oh, for sure.
And jerk. And again,
pompous.
That's the vibe I get. Not saying that's how he is. I haven't met him.
Yes. That's okay.
But the other side of that is that, man, it looks like as long as he can somehow maintain that grouping, that his players get after it. The problem with the Longhorns has been they'll come out and look like bangers in the first half of a game.
Yeah.
And then just dissipate. And somehow it's like they're playing at such a high level that Sark's got them so geeked up that when halftime it's like that's all they got.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen in the Bama game. And when that didn't happen in the Bama game, I was like, oh, crap. Wait a second. And that might have been, because he looked amazing. That might have been the actual Ewers coming out party. Because dude was accurate as all kinds of.
Right.
I mean, that was, I don't want to say dimes because of what happened to Danny Dimes.
Right.
But those, man, he was throwing. And that got me excited. It got me really excited as a Longhorns fan because you see something like that and you realize that normally what happens with the Longhorns, unless, it's Vince Young and you're heading to a national championship game, normally what happens with the Longhorns is you get psyched. You feel like you've got the number 1 or number 2 recruiting class in all the country. You look amazing on paper. And then you get out there and that running back from Palestine actually doesn't look as good as you thought.
Yeah.
Or whatever. This team actually looks as good as what you thought. That's what's scary.
Because they're well coached. That's the difference between a top recruiting class being well coached and a top recruiting class that's not well coached. That's the difference between Texas and Texas A&M right now. And it's maddening. Jimbo Fisher, and you know what? He got ran out of Florida State. Make no mistake.
Right.
Yeah, Texas A&M hired him away. They were done with him. They were begging someone to come buy his contract out. Because he's done nothing without Jameis Winston. Nothing. And all I heard when he came here from the Florida State people, dude, y'all are going to regret it. He is a fraud of epic proportions. And I'm like, whatever. Dude won a natty.
Right.
And I was just excited to get somebody in here that had skins on the wall. But, dude, it's turning into an epic failure. And it's going to get uglier before it gets better because of that freaking buyout.
In going back to what you said, I know I just said all those things, but you're right as far as this team, as it looks, headed by Sark, he's getting what he needs to out of these players.
Yeah.
So it may be just the type of person. I am not your typical Longhorns fan. I don't have on boat shoes. I don't run around Austin. I don't have a cashmere sweater around my neck.
You have a cowboy hat?
You know what? Yes. Somewhere.
There you go.
But I don't wear it in the douche style manner. but I am a Longhorns fan, and that made my Saturday because that's something that I did not expect. I mean, now G told us on the Longhorns Blitz that he was expecting it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I also tell you that because I was in a chat lobby with him, we were booting up some games as we were watching the game, and you could tell he was diarrhea nervous going into that game. But after a little bit, you're like, man, holy crap, the Longhorns can win this game. And they effing did it. It took me till 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter to go, they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
For me to be convinced that nothing bad was going to happen.
Right. Yeah, we know Colby's fandom.
I'm convinced that something bad's going to happen until it doesn't. But I'm also your optimistic guy. So read into that how you are.
You kind of are. You're optimistic when you want to be optimistic, especially about Longhorns and Cowboys.
Yes.
But I mean that's okay. That's what being a fan's all about. So, got anything else? Colorado's going to Colorado. Deion's great. Shadur Sanders is great. Still in the Heisman talk after 2 weeks. They killed Nebraska.
They did kill Nebraska.
Nebraska's terrible. Matt Rule is another fraud. That program's going nowhere.
Well, nobody wants to go to Nebraska.
My daughter got recruited and signed to Nebraska to play college basketball, and she left after 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's like, Dad, I ain't doing it. I've been here 5 days. I'm coming home.
Wow.
I was like, sweetie, you got a scholarship. Like, I can't afford that. She's like, I don't care. I'll go to community college. I'm not staying here another minute. Okay. Well, I'll see you in a few hours, I guess.
Nebraska. The place you don't want to go.
They call it like the Paris of the Midwest or something. Is that what Lincoln is? Or is that somewhere else that I'm thinking of? I don't remember what it's
but
called.
I've heard that you won't realize you're driving a new Lincoln until you're driving a new Lincoln.
Huh. What am I missing there?
I don't have anything for it. That's just what came out of my mouth.
That's why I'm not missing anything.
No, you're not.
All right, well, let's do you got an abbreviated version of this?
Sure, why not?
Or actually, you can go overtime. I don't care.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. So let's go to the Ohio Zoo. This is the Columbus Zoo in Ohio, where Johnny Gerber is. This is also where Sully, the gorilla, is at.
Not the pilot?
No. So 8-year-old Sully, who's been a resident of the Columbus Zoo in Ohio since 2019, delivered a baby on Thursday. All the way up until Thursday, they thought Sully was a dude. So you can imagine the zookeeper's surprise.
Oops.
So they've had this gorilla since 2019, and nobody checked to see if Sully was actually packing an innie or an outie. Come to find out it was an innie.
Oh.
Also, just they weren't overfeeding Sully. Sully was pregnant.
Oh, surprise. I've been there.
The zoo thought it was a male. Can you imagine the zookeeper walking into the gorilla cage with the whatevers and stuff and then looking for, it's like, is that a baby? Was Sully's just, wait. Oh my God, Sully's feeding the gorilla baby with his man nipple. Wait.
That's their job to know stuff like that.
Sully's a girl. Don't mark that.
That's their literal job.
Yes.
Is to know stuff like that.
Yes. To protect these animals like this. So here's my other thing. So in all the time where you've had to like give Sully shots and they've had to trank Sully or whatever, nobody bothered to check out Sully to see. I mean, first of all,
how do you tell? They have a ding dong?
I'm sure there's a gorilla penis and a gorilla vagina. Don't mark that.
Marking this whole segment so far.
So there you go. Just the surprise. I can't imagine. Also, the after the surprise, the zookeeper having to go tell other people. By the way,
Hey, guess what?
Sully's a girl.
Hey, you remember that ape we thought was a boy?
Yeah.
She's trans now. How do you know if an ape is trans?
Just on how they act.
They have to tell you, right?
Yeah. Gotta let you know.
Tell you their pronouns.
Yep. So authorities in the People's Republic of China, by the way, we're heading to China, arrested 2 construction workers, a 38-year-old man named Zhang and a 55-year-old woman named Wang. And why did they arrest the construction workers? Well, because they were out building near the Great Wall of China with a big old, backhoe ditch digger thing.
No.
It was either Wang or Zhang. One of them turned that backhoe a little bit too hard. Oh. They knocked down part of the Great Wall of China.
I think it's still under warranty.
Probably not.
No, it's been a while, huh?
They've
30
been-
days.
They've been arrested. May want to send them back to backhoe school so they
How to drive?
learn how to drive that thing. And can you imagine being a construction worker and you're trying to build something near the Great Wall of China, and either Wang or Zhang just happen to swing that tilt a little too
And
hard?
you're watching it.
Yeah. Just we're going to jail.
For the Great Wall of China.
Also explaining that to other people in jail. Why are you in jail? No, we knocked over
Vandalism.
part of the Great Wall.
Oh, what'd you spray paint?
Yeah,
No, I may have knocked over part of the Great Wall of China.
I've knocked over the Great Wall.
Oh, my God, dude.
So, yeah, congratulations. The world's oldest stripper had women passing out and crying as he tore his clothes off. So, Bernie Barker
That's not where I thought you were going with
was
this.
already 60 by the time he started his stripping career. He's now 66, and it doesn't stop him from impressing the ladies and winning us dozens of striptease contests. Because I guess Bernie found out late in life that he's packing.
Way too late.
Yeah, nobody really told him that not everybody else is born with that particular sized utensil. So at 60 years, I don't know what causes you at 60 years old to go, you know what I think I need? More people to see my pee-pee.
I mean, I've been there.
And so there you are.
So is this what spawned the new ABC series, The Golden Bachelor?
Yes, it was Bernie's Wang. By the way, I just tied in this story and the previous story, tied them together. Bernie is Wang.
Bernie is Wang.
So there you
right.
go.
Sully.
Here's where you don't want to be if you're in Crowley, Louisiana. Underneath the Taco Bell sign.
Oh, no.
As a Taco Bell sign falls, it fell onto a car, trapping someone inside, according to the police department. The person was freed and sent to a nearby hospital. The person's condition is unknown. But EMTs were on site pretty quick. Guy only spent about 35 minutes underneath the Taco Bell sign.
I think they gave him a free taco.
First of all, somebody's suing Taco Bell.
You're going to have all the free tacos.
The sign fell on him. But secondly, if you come out okay, you have a story to tell. So I went to, they're like, you want to go to Taco Bell? Hell no.
Not anymore.
That place will kill you. It almost killed me. It's a sign fell on my car.
Usually people say Taco Bell will kill me, but they don't mean it like that.
Right. Also, you probably has PTSD every time the Taco Bell commercial goes off. Dong, dong.
I wonder if it sounded like that when he hit his car.
Man. If somebody recorded it, I'd put the sound in there if I found out he was okay.
Or like overdub it over the video.
Yes.
I gotta find the video now.
Dong. And finally, as custom agents are finding out, because we're going back over to China, as one custom agent was able to seize 16 live lizards. Where were they? They were in a woman to not be named bra. She tried to smuggle 16 live lizards into the country.
Why can't we know her name?
Because I didn't look through the article enough.
Oh, I thought maybe they didn't divulge her name.
Actually, it says unnamed woman.
There you go.
So there it is. I don't imagine what 16 live lizards would feel like in a bra. But you had to notice this woman trying to get through customs as she's doing this number, right? She's just constantly like trying to reposition.
That girl likes to dance.
Yeah, she's a belly dancer. Look at her go. So if you're going to smuggle lizards into China, don't do it in your bra. And that's news and notes, everybody.
That is sound advice for all of us, Colby.
Dong.
That's going to do it for this Monday edition of the Colby Stapp and IndyCar Tim Show. We will be back on Wednesday
Wang.
to preview the Cowboys and Jets and give our NFL picks against the spread for Week 2. Special guest picker will be Jeff Tito Thidoff from the said Columbus, Ohio. Don't think he has anything to do with the zoo, though.
Right.
But he'll come on to along with Big Red.
You think they're going to rename Sully?
Sulla. Robert Sala.
Oh, man.
Probably not good, huh?
Poor guy.
But we will see you guys on Wednesday. And until then, boys and girls, I already said that we'll see you. But
See ya!
Flex, Colby.